Hello, we will be doing the Leetcode daily challenge of today. That is the problem 169 majority element. And the question given here is given an array nums of size n, return the majority element. The majority element is the element that appears more than n by 2 times. You may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. And by this question, uh, let's understand better the this question with an example that is given here, that is 332. So what is the majority element that is given here? That is 3. So I'll just quickly also explain you the second example right here. So we have been given here two elements which are 1 and 2, and which element is appearing the most number of times? That is 2, since its occurrence is 2. Now let's say if we have some another array, something like, let's say 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 4, something like this. So how do we approach this problem? So as we can see, we just need to find the maximum occurrence of some element, right? So whichever element is occurring the maximum number of times, that is what we need to find. So we can have something like a map, and we could just store the occurrences of it, how many times it is occurring, right? So 2 is occurring how many times? 2 times. 3 is occurring how many times? Again 2 times. 4 is occurring how many times? 3 times. So what do we need to return? We just need to return whichever element is occurring the maximum number of times. So this is how we are going to do it. So we just store the occurrence of these elements in our map, and after that we iterate on our map. We will iterate on this map where it is storing. So this is our map. I'll go and I'll keep a temporary variable which is storing my maximum element. So I go at this element first in my map. I see, okay, 1 is there, which is occurring one time. Fine, let's take the maximum as 1 for now. So when I go to 2, so this has been processed. Now I go to 2, I see that 2 is occurring twice. So is it better than my previous answer? Yes. So I will update this answer to 2. Now I'll go to 3. Now I see it is occurring the same number of time. 2 and 3 are occurring same number of times. So do I need to update it? I can either update it or I cannot update it, right? So I'll just leave it as it is for now. So now I go to 4 and I check that its occurrence is more than the previous guy's occurrence, right? So I'll change it to 4. So this is what my answer is, that is needed to be returned. So this is what we'll be returning. And here, mind you, why did we not change it? Since it does not matter, because in the question it is given an answer always exists. That means there is always some element which is appearing more than n by 2 times. There will never be an occurrence where something like 4, something like this appears, okay, or something like this happens. So 1 is also 2 time, 2 is also 2 time, 3 is also 2 time, 4 is also 2 times. So this will never happen. So that is why we can just uh, freely do this. Okay, so now let's get on to the code. It is pretty short. So I declare a map right here. This is the map. After that, I store the occurrences and the frequency of those elements in my map. After that, I take two variables, that is maxi and frequency. What is this maxi doing? This maxi is doing storing the maximum element till now, and this frequency is telling me what is the frequency of that element till now. So I will iterate on my map, and let me just do this and something like this as well. Okay, so for auto it in mp, so this is an iterator which will go on through my map or scan through my map and check if the frequency of that element, let's say if I have something like 4, I said its frequency is 3, right? So this is what it's doing. So it will check its frequency. If the frequency of this element is greater than 0, so I'll update my maxi it dot first. And what is it dot first? It is nothing but this 4. So if you did not understand it, I'll explain it in a much simpler manner if you don't know maps. So what I'm doing here is, I'll take this example right here. So what I'm doing here is, in my map I'm storing all the elements frequency. So 3 is frequency is 2, two's frequency is 1. So what I'm doing here is, I'm going the first guy and checking The frequency of this guy is how much? 2. And what is my previous frequency? Which is 0. So my previous frequency was 0. Now I got some element which has a frequency more than 0. So which is 3, right? So in my max C, I'm storing 3 right now. Fine. Now I go on to the next element, that is 2. I see the previous guy had a frequency of 2, right? So this guy had a frequency of 2. Now I go on to this guy and see what is the frequency of this guy. Is it greater than 2? No, obviously it is not greater than 2, so I do not update it. And my max C, which is 3, is returned at the last. So yeah, this is it for the explanation part, and it is pretty intuitive and easy. So I'll just run this code. I've already submitted this code and this works perfectly fine. So yeah, this is it for this video, and if you did understand the explanation, please do like and subscribe. And I've already submitted, so I'm not going to submit this again. So yeah, thank you for watching.